Much love and peace to you guys. Today we're talking about how to turn negative experiences in your favor. And I want to mention emotion here and how emotion is related to our thoughts. But before starting, I want to mention the fact that I do one-on-one coaching sessions. So if you want to raise your spiritual essence, if you want to get to know yourself a bit better, feel free to actually contact me and let's step into the work or into the play, because I realize that work doesn't have to be work when we can actually turn it into play, so we don't really have to work maybe that hard. Yes, sometimes hard work is good, but when we get to actually know ourselves and know our strengths and know our power, we get to actually turn that into play. Okay, so if you want to work with me, feel free to actually access the link that is in the description below, or feel free to actually contact me at my Facebook address, okay, at my Facebook link. So today we're talking about how to turn negative experiences in our favor. And yes, it's not easy sometimes, because sometimes actually life offers us some experiences and we get to actually maybe not accept those experiences. We get to actually not be our complete self in those experiences. And I realized that each challenge actually gives me the opportunity to create something out of it. Each negative challenge gives me the opportunity to get to know stuff about myself. So I realized that in the process of life, we do get to create the life that we desire through our feelings, through our thoughts, through our emotions, through the actions that we take, And in a way, in ancient times, the alchemists had the ability to turn rough metal into gold, and they actually translated this into human alchemy, They translated this into human alchemy. And really, human alchemy is about learning stuff about ourselves, getting to love ourselves unconditionally in the process, getting to realize that through the power of feelings, through the power of emotion, we get to actually transcend our emotions, we get to actually transcend our feelings, And I realized that yes, it's not always easy to accept a negative feeling, it's not always easy to accept fear, it's not always easy to accept shame, it's not always easy to accept depression maybe. But when we get to actually put the attention from the outer into the inner, we get to realize that we can actually be honest with ourselves, We get to actually see what our strengths are, and we get to actually embrace our weaknesses, So in a way, the best tool for alchemy is actually self-love. How much do you actually love yourself today? What is your mindset for today? What are the things that you are actually focusing on today? This is actually self-love, taking care of yourself. And I realized that in a way, our guidance is actually happening through the filter of our heart center, So in a way, the answers are within our hearts, What do we actually choose to be today? How do we want to express ourselves today, And I realized that self-expression is actually super important, The moment that we actually care about the other, the moment that we actually care about ourselves, we get to actually express ourselves in a loving way, And I also realized that love is the highest vibrational energy in the universe, Love holds a high frequency. And really, the moment that you actually connect yourself to love, to that love frequency, to that abundance frequency that is actually in your heart, you get to actually transmute and change each experience in your favor, So realize that through the power of feeling, through the power of your emotional body, you get to actually shift everything in your life, because feelings are energy, Emotion is actually energy in motion. And I also realized that it's okay to not be okay sometimes, It's okay to not be okay sometimes, because sometimes life actually throws at us challenges. And in a way, these challenges actually we get through these challenges to actually know stuff about ourselves, you know, getting to know what our strengths are, getting to know what our weaknesses are, and getting to actually alchemize these things, you know, with the power of acceptance, you know. So in a way, accept yourself today. Accept yourself today and realize how powerful you are at a soul level. Realize how powerful you are at an essence level. Realize that there are actually no mistakes in this life. Because the moment that you get to actually see your actions from the past, for example, and you actually admit that you may have been wrong, you get to actually alchemize those things, you know. So again, it's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's okay to actually feel low sometimes. It's okay to not always be aligned with source energy sometimes. But in a way, you gotta actually acknowledge these things, you know. You gotta actually see these things as part of yourself, and you get to actually alchemize them, you know. So in a way, our feelings are connected to our thoughts, you know. But when we actually train ourselves to have control over our feelings and have control over our thoughts, we get to realize that we are actually the creators of our own reality. Okay, we are the creators of the life that we want to experience. And realize that in a way you are actually free to choose anything that you desire. You know, you have the strength to actually build and create anything that you desire. And it's not always easy. I keep reminding you this, guys, but these challenges actually give us strength. You know, these challenges actually give us strength. They give us power. They give us abundance, you know. So remember, guys, it's not always easy, but it's also okay to not feel okay sometimes, you know, because you actually get to learn from these experiences. Okay, so my suggestion is, when you're feeling low, allow yourself to actually take a break and accept those negative feelings, you know, accept those negative feelings and realize that you do have the power to actually transmute them into love, into abundance, into strength, into intuition, into anything that you actually desire, you know. So yes, feelings are important. What we feel, is what we actually express into the world, you know. What we think, that is what we actually attract, you know. So feelings, thoughts and actions, this is that will actually create your reality. And yes, you do have the power to turn any negative experience in your favor, because this is what the alchemist does. This is what the magician does, you know. He sees himself as perfect in his imperfections, you know. He sees himself as an abundant, infinite spiritual being, maybe. He sees himself as complete in his incompleteness. He sees himself as everything that he wants to be right here in the present moment, because he has all the right to do that, because his birthright is being free, you know. Being free is our birthright, and the more that we open ourselves to our freedom is the moment that we realize that love will come chase us, the moment that we will actually become free from the inside out, you know. So today's suggestion is, become free from the inside out and watch magic happen. And if you feel like you can't do that, allow yourself to feel the negative emotion. Allow yourself to feel the negative feeling. Allow yourself to see yourself as not perfect. And that will actually change for itself, because you get to influence it with the power of acceptance, okay? You get to influence it with the power of your feelings. You get to influence it with the power of your conscious choices, you know? So the alchemist knows that he cannot really go wrong in this life, because he's always on a mission. And that mission is to help the world expand. That mission is to actually influence the world. Or at least this is my mission, because I'm speaking from a subjective level right now. This is only my subjective experience. But ask yourself, how can I improve my life today? How can I improve myself today? How can I actually step into my complete self today, you know? Because this is actually really powerful. This is actually really powerful. And trust me, the more that we love ourselves is the more that we will get to actually change our complete reality, because we give birth to certain experiences. We attract certain experiences in our life, and in a way the universe actually plays and actually sets up some experiences by the level of our consciousness, you know. So we attract with our feelings, we attract with our thoughts, and we give birth to experiences with our actions, you know. So allow yourself to actually shift your perception today. Shift your perception today into realizing and to imagining what your best self is, and go ahead and be that today, because you do deserve it. You do deserve it, and in a way you have the power to create and build anything that you desire. Guys, much love and peace. My camera is actually going low battery, and I want to mention the fact that I do one-on-one coaching sessions. So if you're interested in working with me, feel free to actually contact me and leave me a message letting me know what's up, letting me know on what you would like to expand yourself into today, and let's go ahead and do the work or the play, because we have the power to turn work into play. So much peace, and see you on what is coming up next, guys. I love you, I salute you, and really I'm sending you my best vibes, because I know that you actually deserve it, and you deserve to be your best self today. Much peace, and see ya. By the way, feel free to actually subscribe and leave me a comment if you think that these videos are actually helpful. So see you on what is coming up next, guys. Ciao.